Alright, listen, on a bow on your head and close on your eyes with me. Because me have to say a prayer for myself for when me reach old age. If I actually reach old age, because that story I need prayers. Father God, please make, if I live to see old age, make no little butter years gal, no little tough foot gal look on your mount me pension and pretend say she love me. Alright, me have to give me heart attack and me can't handle it. In the name of Jesus. Welcome to Souflotv again, everybody. It's your host with the most. This story comes in now from a subscriber to Souflotv. First of all, let me say shout out to my elders, manners and respect every single time. It is such an honor to walk around in the streets and I hear people from all age groups. The young people, them done to picnic. Sometimes I have to say to the kids, them, yo, you're under 18, so some of the content that I put out. But I try to keep the content good. But I am especially honored when the elders, them say, I tune into you every day in a Souflo. One day I'm walking through the grocery store and one lady said, I have a story for you, this is Souflo. Me say, I can't believe me seeing you, And I was with my wife. And the person said, as me wake up in the morning, on my phone, on my way to the toilet, the first person I put on is you. So it's your voice every morning on your face. That's why I recognize you as soon as me see you, I said, manners and respect, mommy, thank you so much. It is such an honor. It is one of these people, now, senior citizen, that has written me one of them kind of letter here. Never thought I would receive one of these. Listen carefully, people. Granny said she can't handle the work, but she loved the worker. Alright? Alright. So, I'm going to read this letter that was sent in. Because this person wanted to tell it to me in person, and I said, no, please write it and send it to my Gmail, because I can read it to my audience without missing anything. And write it down is what she did. Dear Souflo, I am a 65-year-old widow who watches your show all the time. I am Jamaican by birth, but I left Jamaica many years ago and I'm currently living in England. Souflo, I have a situation with a younger man and I want to ask you and your audience to tell me the honest truth. If they think I am being used or if this is really love. Lord God, I guess age does not really bring wisdom. You would think by the time you reach 65 years old, you would be able to tell if you're being used or if you're being loved. But apparently, we don't all get there. Anyways, back to our letter. She said, my husband pastor, I love my voice. I'm going into character now, She said, my husband passed away 5 years ago and I never dated or even looked at another man for a full 5 years after his death because I married my husband when I was only 19 years old and he served me well until his passing 2 weeks after my 60th birthday. He was 17 years my senior and treated me like a queen. I honored him by being a good wife. So the union was fruitful. He was a good man. He was the father of my children. He was my best friend and life partner. I never thought I would see the day where I could have to live life without him. But it happened. People, the story, I got to take a mad turn, I think is where you want to pause and go get a drink or fold up, get your popcorn out of the microwave, whatever it is you do, get your plate of ackee and saltfish, come sit down. Don't fill up your mouth too much with nothing where you eat or drink because you might have to pit it out. Alright, so here goes the letter now. She says, throughout our years together, you see, May throughout our years together, we managed, I don't know what she was trying to say right there. Throughout our years together, we managed to make some very good investments, which made up lots of money. And my husband left a hefty life insurance policy for which I am the main beneficiary. We also had a lot of assets together, most of which was in my name. So I am very well off financially. My 2 children encourage me to go out and find companionship after about the 4th year of the passing of their father, because they saw how alone I was and at times depressed. But I was not interested in anyone because I really don't think there is another man alive that can top my husband. Alright, so make we pause right there. So listen to me. She just explained her financial situation, and right there I see red flag. She say a younger man, I don't know yet how younger this man is, but the way how she talk about how she is financially well off. She talk about assets and properties and you know, to be honest with you, 65 is not that old, you know. 65 is not old. 65 is a young old. So I don't know why me even use that voice there. I talk like say she about 90. Because so let me say pardon me to my 60 and above year old audience members, because I'm insinuating that you're extremely old when you're not. Okay, and I understand that you're not. But let's read on, because I want to know now how old this man is, what she says she in with, and I want to know how they meet and all these things. But remember, it was her own children that encouraged her after all those years. So, mommy, go out, man, go find you some companionship, go play a bingo with the crowd, and you might see a man the way you like in your own age group, these kind of things, because they realize that they're grown, they're on with their own lives, and mommy is lonely. Right? And she and daddy lived them whole life together. Daddy passed and gone. She grieved. She had years to grieve. And it's time for her for, you know, a life short. It's time for her to get some kind of companionship. Even if she's never going to love again like she loved their father, she still needs some kind of companionship. You know what I'm saying? So let's go carry on with the story now. So here we go. She said, Souflotv, let me tell you, I met a young man in the local grocery store that came on to me pretty strong. And at first, I found it quite comical because I look like a grandmother in real life, and he looks like a person of his late teens to early 20s. Anyhow, I decided to take a chance after he requested to take me on a date. Maybe I was exploring a fantasy. I don't know why I agreed to date this child-looking man. Alright. Okay. She said he looked like late teens, early 20s. Maybe even in 30s. I don't know. She says maybe I was exploring a fantasy and I don't know why I agreed to date this child-looking man. I don't know why you do it, need a granny, but I'm about to find out. She said, the letter continues. I found out later, I say, that he was 30, but the initial conversation we had proved him mature beyond his years. He knows how to talk a good talk. To make a long story short, I have been romantically involved with this young man for the past 7 months. But at this point, I have some growing concerns. Alright, raw. I found out later that he was 30. Me granny backfoot, bed. What the? Okay, listen. Let me pause the letter again. People, what does a 30-year-old man and a 65-year-old woman have in common? Please tell me in the comment section. Now, here what? Every time this happens, right, and it's the other way around, when you have a 65-year-old man and a 30-year-old woman, people get real disrespectful, especially the women. They talk stuff like, oh, sugar daddy, you must think that the girl want you. Me sure say you can't keep up with her. Me sure say she don't love you. She just nyam out your money. All kind of stuff like that. So, what is happening here? I'm not hating on grandma. If that is what she wants to do and she can handle a 30-year-old and she has 65, then by all means go right ahead. Your life is short. Right? And you at 65 now, your life is even shorter. Because I know you're not get the next 65 years per earth. So go out with a bang. Bang, 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 bang. Anyway, here, let's continue with this. She said, maybe I found one that knew us. Okay. Here we go. I was never a sex person. And he is always wanting it. Mama, 30. What you expect? Eh? I was never a sex person, and he is always wanting it. Most of the part I get me now. Most times, I am in pain when he is finished, and I get very little enjoyment out of it. He is not a foreplay person. He just gets right to it. And even though I try to teach him what I like, he is not changing at all. So the myth about being with a younger man for satisfaction is just a myth to me. Maybe if I found one that knew what he was doing. I saw. Alright. So pause again. Right, that's what our granny said. Him a mash up the poems. Right? And she can't really angle them kind of work because before even him, she was never really a sex person. And you can imagine she's 65. So she said earlier in the letter that, let me see, her husband of a lifetime, which she married at 19, and he passed away at 60, and she had never been with anybody else. That's a long time. And he was 17 years her senior, I believe she said. So if he was 17 years her senior, then that means somewhere along the line he was not that jokey, stab it up, fling it over here, so kind of person anymore. So probably she had years of coming to the calm down phase in life where sex really is not a priority. You know what I'm saying? And she don't need no beat up, twist up, bang up. And now that she's with a 30-year-old, this 30-year-old feels like this is what he has to do to make her feel young again or good again, or maybe that's just his style of doing things. He does not know how to satisfy a woman, regardless of the age. Many women say that most men they have encountered are clueless. Don't know. Them say we don't know what we are doing. Them say we clueless and we are not willing to learn. So she have to take her time and teach the one that's willing to learn, and that one usually becomes the longevity guy in their life. Now, over here, Granny says she can't take it. Because, and to her, that whole myth of when you're reaching your prime and these ages and you're there with somebody young and them can really satisfy you is a myth to her. Alright? Maybe if she found somebody that knew what he was doing. Funny enough, she could have found somebody that knew what he was doing in her age group. Not true. Anyway, let me continue reading this letter. He claimed to be employed as a financial analyst at a local bank when we first met. And I was very impressed with his style of dressing. Always sharp. But I always wondered why he does not own a car or why he seems afraid to show me where he lives. Even though he has spent many nights at my house and driven my cars many times. Alright, red flag. Red flag, big red flag. While the British first start out that red flag something there, let me tell you all that. So I'm not just take people's slang and run with it. So I want y'all to know that that's who started it, but we're saying red flag. That's a big red flag. You've been dating a man for 7 months. He spent nights at your house, many nights. She has multiple vehicles. Apparently she still has her husband's vehicle, passing husband's vehicle, and her own. So she's saying that this brother spent many nights at her house. He is more than half her age. Him drive up our vehicle them, and she still does not know where he lives. Big red flag. What do you say? Alright. I was left, hear this now. I was left with a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house after my husband passed, and all my children are grown and have moved on. I get lonely in this big house and he is good company. Sometimes I think I want him to move in, but a part of my mind says I would be asking for trouble. Whenever I invite him over, he is very romantic. He brings me flowers and wine, and he lights candles and set my bath, and he cooks Jamaican food, which is my favorite, very well. He serves me breakfast in bed, and he cleans up after himself, and I like those things about him. He has never introduced or mentioned any of his friends or family members to me, which I see as a warning sign. Granny, the dangers are there, man. The light a flash red, but you look the next way, Granny. The light is flashing red, but you're looking the next way, Mama. Anyway, the letter goes on. It almost ends now. I am too afraid to reveal to my children that I am dating someone younger than them because I know they would not accept. He likes dancehall music with a lot of cursing and talk about killing, and I am more into rock steady, like Dennis Brown, Bob Marley, and the likes of those, as well as my gospel music and souls, which he calls granny music. I saw. He claims he is trying to make me feel young again. But what he calls music just angers my spirit every time I hear it. Besides our age, we are different in every other way. No common ground. But somehow, he makes me feel happy and alive when he is around. Souflotv, he is very irresponsible. Sometimes I feel as if I am raising one of my children all over again. He never does what he says he is going to do. He is never on time. He forgets everything important to me. And his conversations are entertaining, but they are very shallow. Did I mention he is always broke and asking me to lend him large sums of money? Watch out. In this part of the letter, right, she puts this all in capital letters. Did I mention he is always broke and asking me to lend him large sums of money that he never pays back, even though he swears that one day he will? I asked him how come he has such a good job and he is always broke, and he says because he sends most of his money to his sick mother in Jamaica to pay her bills and make sure that she is okay. I made it my duty to find out if he really works at that bank like he said, and I was shocked to find out that he does not. I took his picture there, and the bank manager said that this person does not work here. Alright, check this out. First of all, something inside of you said, carry this man's picture, go to his suspected place or his place of employment that he told you, because regular people don't do this, okay? So something inside of your mama said, fi do this, fi find out if it's true, because you yourself have the doubts. So just be real with yourself, alright? Like I said, the red light a flash, but you're looking the next way. You're going to run the light here and end up a crash up and mash up at an intersection. That's what I'm saying. I took this picture there, I took his picture there, and the bank manager said that this person, don't me have to laugh, that this person does not work here. I have not told him as yet. And for some reason, I am curious to see what else he is hiding and what his true intentions are. Honestly, if I was a 30-year-old man, I would not be trying to be in bed with a 65-year-old woman. At least not for love or companionship. I am wondering if he was telling lies to impress me. I am wondering if he is being genuine when he says he has fallen in love with me. I am wondering if how in the world could a 65-year-old woman and a 30-year-old man be truly in love and see a future together? So, Flo, I don't mind being alone, and I don't want to be used or hurt. Please give me your honest opinion. Alright. Alright. Whoever ride out the storm this far, this is my honest opinion, and I'm going to ask you to leave your honest opinion in the comment section below. This lady ends this letter by saying, I am wondering if he is telling me lies, or if he was telling lies to impress me. Duh. That is obvious. You already went and found out that him no work, that's where he says you work. I'm wondering if he actually even works at all. I know what she just ran into, right? Then she says, I am wondering if he is being genuine when he says he has fallen in love with me. Personally, you ask for my opinion, I honestly don't think he has fallen in love with you. I think he has found a fool to use, okay? I think what you've ran into here is a Jamaican gigolo that is living in England, and he probably has multiple old women like you or older women like you that pays his bills and buys him things, okay? So, and just a red flag out there for these more mature women then, there are men out there, just like there are women out there that go after men for these purposes. There are actually men out there that this is their full-time job. They will keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, and they will service all of you in order, and whoever is flashing the most cash will get the most time spent, but you will never know it. You will hear stuff like, I love you. You're there in a big old house, as far as, I think she says 5 bedroom, 3 bathrooms. The last time I was in England, I never seen no 5 bedroom, 3 bathroom house. So wherever you living in England that you have a 5 bedroom, 3 bathroom house, then you must be pretty well off for real. And multiple vehicles, right? You are being used. I think this brother came around, he saw things, and he knows your situation, that you are widowed and you're lonely, and you probably give off the lonely vibes anyways, the clingy vibes, and he is able to use that against you. I am wondering if and how in the world could a 65-year-old woman and a 30-year-old man be truly in love and see a future together. Now, a 30-year-old man, this lady, if he is not gay, homosexual, or even some of those, they want children of their own. Most men want a marriage. Most men want a woman that can bring them children and they can see a future together. Now, he's 30 now. You're 65. If I add 30 more years to your age, you'll be 95 years old. I don't know too many 95 years old that are very active and up. He'll be 60 and you'll be 95, right? Which means you probably have a nurse at the time. So you probably, but you're well off financially, so you could probably afford your own nurse. You see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going with this? All right. So, Flo, I don't mind being alone, and I don't want to be used or hurt. Please give me your honest opinion. You have my honest opinion. In closing this video, I'm going to say this. Take yourself to one of those social clubs for senior citizens. Take yourself to one of the bingo nights or one of those kind of things. Try to find companionship more within your own age group. You know what I'm saying? Even if the person, I say 5, 10 years, you're senior or younger or whatever. But at 65, sometimes age does not matter. But 30 to 65, you're his grandmother. All right? Leave your comments in the comment section below, people. Tell me what you think about that one, yeah. I'm out. Peace.